NPG podcast number 18.
Over 9,000?
Yeah.
18.
Is it 18? Okay, thank you, Matt. That could have gone really bad.
I watch the show every now and again.
Oh, okay, good.
At least someone does.
Yeah. Oh, well. Now, Steve, why are you being so self-deprecating? You know that we have well over 200 hits.
Oh, shit. What up?
Oh, snap. What? Now, whether anybody listened to the whole thing, that's a different story. But, as of right now, everything's A-okay as far as I know, and I'm going to remain ignorant because of that. In case you didn't know, you're listening to the NPG podcast or you're watching it on YouTube right now. Today, we are going to continue the E3, well, not really coverage, but our predictions. Last week was Sony, so if you missed that, by all means, visit the YouTube channel, Nerd Theory YouTube channel, or visit newgame.net, nugame.net. So, but before we do all that, we like to usually bullshit first, so let's go around and start with Steven. What have you done?
Okay. Well, what have I done? That's a good question.
Nothing great.
Not a whole lot.
Okay.
Nothing too great. I mean, before the show here, I was watching 10 Cloverfield Lane, and that's interesting so far. I'm like 10 minutes into it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been working on my website to expand my voice acting career to brand new broad Verizons. Jesus fuck. Horizons is the word, not Verizons.
Fios. Okay.
And I'm not sure if this is what you had in mind, Matt, when you told me to start reading comics, but I picked up a bunch of manga. And I read...
That's not what I meant at all. You should
okay, well,
hit yourself in the head with that.
Close enough.
Bad,
so I was reading
Steven.
Wolfsbane.
No, we don't do that.
But it's on my iPad. It's gonna hurt. So yeah, I read Wolfsbane, and I'm halfway through Trigun, and I did read the first 2 issues of Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm kind of shocked at how different it is so far from the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, I have to ask, you mentioned Wolfsbane and Trigun, which both of those in which you've already seen the animated versions of that.
Right.
What's the difference?
For the Trigun?
Yeah, with the Trigun specifically.
Trigun specific, not a whole lot. A lot of the shit that's happened so far in the manga happens pretty well like it does in the show,
Okay.
except it's kind of harder to convey on paper because there's always stuff happening, and I'm not sure if you can accurately convey all the action that goes on in the TV show and in the comic. But of course, the manga was first.
Right.
It's just a lot of it is very much the same.
Okay.
From what I remember of Trigun, it's almost identical.
Yeah, it's following exactly the same path. Maybe some things are happening in different times, like little things, like little storylines, like the Grim Reaper Bostock storyline. I'm pretty sure that happened actually after they got to June, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
Maybe not. And Wolfsbane is just weird. It's just way different.
Interesting.
And I did not understand the ending, but that's okay.
All right, fair enough.
Was there wolves or rain? Either one of those.
There was both of those things, so it did
Good.
deliver.
Good.
It's not like Naked Lunch.
And there's that one again, I know.
Yeah, there you go.
Damn Peter
Lord of the Rings
Weller.
references.
Yeah, insert. Cool. Matt?
And actually, another thing I was doing.
Oh,
Hang
okay,
on.
never mind.
Hang on. Jesus.
Sorry, I thought you were done. Sorry, go ahead.
No, never.
He's a busy man.
No, he's not.
I was playing the game Soft Body. It's coming out soon, and I'm gonna have a little video of that out coming out on newgame.net. Probably like later on. It's just like a little quick snippet of the gameplay in action.
Now, is
That
that
should be interesting.
is that going to be? Was there a date on before to be able to do that, or is it like go ahead and do whatever?
I'm pretty sure that I could be wrong. I'll have to double check. But the game actually, I think, comes out on the 17th.
Right.
So they asked, like, you can do previews and whatnot before then, but
Okay.
no reviews. So
Okay.
it's not really a review. It's just like, hey, check this out, sort of thing.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good that you're doing that. Because we need some stuff on the site desperately.
Yeah.
I'm like picking at news. Hey, Phoenix Wright is coming through 3DS.
Yay!
What?
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Objection!
Yeah. Overruled. Actually, I don't think they say that.
Okay, now I'm done.
Okay, Matt.
Well, I'm, playing Pokemon Go beta. I got in on that.
Oh,
Whoa, cool.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. Just trying to make my life sound interesting. No, that didn't happen.
God dang it, Matt.
Yeah, sorry. I did watch that leaked video, though. That's pretty nice.
To think you'd actually leave the house. Who do we think we were believing him?
Lies.
Yeah.
No, I did go outside moments ago, and I may have broken my leg. So that goes to teach me, don't do that.
Tell us about that. What happened?
I was simply playing frisbee with the dogs, and the dogs won.
The dogs won.
The dogs won.
The dogs, and the dogs won.
Yeah, they destroyed me. I heard the snap, and all my neighbors. I live in a heavily Asian community. Just stopped what they were doing and staring at me, and that's not unusual at all. And then they started walking again, and I don't know. It felt like time just froze, and everybody pointed and laughed at me. But yeah, that was moments ago. So other than that, I actually started reading a actual book thing with the words in it without the pictures.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what those words mean together.
I know. It's actually an interesting little book called Red Rising.
Okay.
It's kind of like take Hunger Games and put it in space.
Oh, for Christ's sake, man.
Don't you mean Battle Royale and put it in space?
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry. Battle Royale in space.
That's the next movie. Battle Royale in space. Hey, they're already having a Ring versus the Grudge movie coming out, so
yeah,
anything's possible. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Freddy and Jason did so well, didn't it?
Well, actually, it kind of did. If you want to get technical about it,
it did not do that well.
It doesn't really matter if it does well over the budget, then it did well.
Well, yeah, it did do that.
So,
other than that, I stared at Fallout for a good while, wondering why it said I had Far Harbor, but I don't, and then I realized Far Harbor doesn't come out until the 18th. So there's that. I got trolled by myself. It's been a kind of eventful week.
Matt getting trolled by the Fallout
and the puppies.
Yep. Cool. So. All right. So
yeah, there you go.
Like Steven, I watched 10 Cloverfield Lane. I liked it overall. I won't go into too much of it or any of it really because Steven hasn't watched it yet. But
did they finally show the monster? Because
yeah. Oh, sorry. You have to. It's not any. I mean, it's not a sequel to the other movie by stretch of imagination. It's kind of just its own thing.
Like a spiritual, isn't it?
Yeah, you could say that. But I think Cloverfield itself is just going to be like this kind of series thing, kind of like the Twilight Zone, I guess, in a way where it's like tied together, but not really. Kind of one of the
like an anthology, maybe.
Yeah, sure. Here you go. I liked it. John Goodman as creepiest I think I've ever seen.
Yeah. So far,
Jesus.
So wait, this is an actual or it's somewhat of a tie-in with the movie. I thought maybe this was something like Downtown Abbey or
no Cloverfield.
Downtown Abbey.
Cloverfield.
Whatever.
The original movie was directed by J.J. Abrams
right,
or not directed but produced and directed by Matt Reeves. Well, they're producers on this one. It's just called. They put Cloverfield in the middle of the title just to signify like it's the same producers or creators or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
Oh, I thought it actually had more to do with Cloverfield.
No.
Spoilers. Okay, well, at least I know I'm not gonna. Okay,
yeah.
All right, I'm not gonna walk in there and being disappointed if I don't see the monster. Okay,
just so that you know, Steven, I don't want to give away too much, but she's actually seeing dead people. I mean, I don't.
Oh my god!
I know.
Oh my god!
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
And the killer was on the floor the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
And the village was in modern times.
Yep, exactly.
What? Oh my god!
And the lady was the one from the storybook he read as child.
Oh my god!
All along.
And then the wind. That's what's killing everybody. The wind. I know.
Oh my god! Oxygen kills at a rate of 80 years.
I know.
Oh my god.
So now that we've gone down the Shyamalan list of endings, but moving on from that, I went to go see Civil War over the weekend.
And survey says
it was good. But it's not my favorite of the Marvel movies, but it's like top 3. for sure.
All right, then.
Yeah. And when I say Marvel movies, I mean the actual MCU movies.
So we're not talking like 89 Punisher here?
No, we're not talking X-Men or, Deadpool. That's a different Marvel-owned or Fox-owned Marvel. It was good. Go. I mean, enjoy it. But you go for Captain America and, the Civil War part, but stay for Spider-Man and Ant-Man, in my opinion.
But hang on a sec. If that's number 3, what are number 1 and 2?
Guardians of the Galaxy and the original Avengers.
All right. Yeah. All right.
So
No, my own personal curiosity and what will debate on me ever going to see this movie. Black Panther, how was he?
I liked him. I liked it way better than I
Good.
thought it would because I don't know enough about Black Panther. And so going into this, I didn't really have any expectations. I was even surprised it was going to be a movie, by himself at some point. But he showed up. It was good. I liked him. Every time he he took out his claws, I just wanted to go meow in the theater.
Yeah.
But I don't think people would have appreciated that.
No, and I don't think they would either. That's one of my favorite guys. He's a fantastic character.
Yeah, every time he was on screen, I wanted to go, kitty, 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 kitty. But my wife's like, stop. I'm like, all right. So those were the movie things. I mean, television. I'm watching Game of Thrones. Not really watching anything else. And then something happened this week, gaming-wise.
What happened?
Well, I'm almost done with Ratchet & Clank for the PS4. Which anybody watching the video can see on the screen right now. I'm holding up the case. Then, yesterday happened. And then I got this little game called Uncharted 4, Thief's End.
What's that?
I
I've
know.
heard of it.
Yeah, exactly. There's only been 5 games. I didn't
You
even
just
know.
said 4. That doesn't make any sense. Your numbers are broken.
No, because there's one on the Vita. Shows what you
No,
know.
Vita
Boom.
obviously doesn't count to you.
Yeah, God, get out.
Oh.
This is a Vita.
I
This is a
just-
Vita
I was
only
counting.
podcast.
I was counting 4, 5 didn't make sense, whatever.
It's okay. And then I realized I had coupons for a game store that I frequent, and I got this used copy of Trackmania Turbo for $9. Yay! But I haven't played it yet. So that's what's happened to me. Uncharted, I'm up to chapter 6 out of like 20 something chapters. So I barely even scratched the surface, to be honest. So far, so good. I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about it. You could definitely tell that The Last of Us, or that game is kind of, how should I put it? There's traces of that game in Uncharted now, which it should be because it's the same developer. But it's different. When I saw Elena and Drake for the first time, in their PS4 counterparts, I was like, holy crap, Elena's hot. No, but yeah, so far so good. So hopefully I'll have a review at some point in the future. That's it. Anybody else want to add anything before we can move on?
Mm-hmm.
All right, what do we want to do first? We want to do the news, or do we want to do releases? Okay, news, great, awesome.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
Okay,
I was waiting for Matt to say something. I was being curious.
I don't want to fight the system.
all right. This actually just showed up on my phone, so I'm reading it from my phone right now. Microsoft turned down several potential buyers for Lionhead Studios before the studio was shut down, according to rumors. Multiple sources told Kotaku in the UK that some of the biggest names in video game publishing offered to buy Lionhead Studios during the 30 to 45 day period that UK law requires a company to explore options before closing its doors. A source close to Xbox says that Microsoft reportedly turned down the offers because though the company was willing to let go of Lionhead Studios, they did not want to sell the Fable intellectual property, despite offers in the range of hundreds of millions of dollars. So essentially, Fable will probably return again, just not by Lionhead, is what that really comes down to. So, there's that.
What it comes down to is Microsoft, put a gun to Lionhead and said, I'm taking you down with me. I made you and I can destroy you.
Wow.
It's basically locked it into a basement and let it die.
And, on this
Instead of
note,
seeing it go.
on this note, I was going to throw in a honorary mention of our later on topic, but I just wanted to go ahead and throw this in there.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking with Laura, my significant other, who puts up with me all the time, and
Poor lady. Go ahead.
told her what we were talking about today,
Mm-hmm.
and she goes, "Oh, what do you think? Maybe Fable 4?"
Oh, did
like,
you have to break that
oh.
news?
I did.
Oh.
I did. So that's unfortunate.
Okay. Yeah, it is unfortunate. But I'm sure we'll see it again in some capacity, just not for a little while. Okay, moving on. Battlefield 1 has been announced for an October release, and it takes place in World War I. So, that's that. Where you have Call of
What's
Duty...
great is that, like,
Go ahead, Sid.
that basically happened like right after the show last week, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, basically, you could do Call of Duty, where you fight in space, apparently, or shoot in space. And then you have Battlefield 1, which is the polar opposite, coming out around in the same time frame, fall. I'm just going to say right off the bat, going by the two trailers that I've watched, I would much rather play Battlefield 1.
Agreed.
And from what everybody on the internet is saying, that is their opinion as well.
Because, like, when I first heard that, like, World War I, I'm like, well, that's cool, but what are they going to do, be in trenches the entire time? But then it occurred to me, like, there's a lot more going on with World War I than just being stuck in trenches in Germany. So, you look at the trailer, and there's, like, you're, like, flying planes, tank combat, and all that good stuff. So I was like, alright, right on. Moving on. Excuse me. Persona 5 has a September 15th release date in Japan. That's the big thing. But it should be noted that it is 2 weeks before Final Fantasy 15 releases. So,
God.
and just to keep this in the back of your mind too, Persona 4 released 8 years ago on the PlayStation 2.
And 8 years ago, somebody I know was extremely giddy.
Yes, I was. Yoink, 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 yoink. I think that a lot of people here underestimate how popular Persona is in Japan. So that's a big thing to do within the time frame of Final Fantasy. So basically, they're saying like, yeah, bring it on, because fans of Persona, even if you do get Final Fantasy, you're still probably going to be playing Persona way before you start an actual Final Fantasy 15 game, is what they're betting on. So, no word on a U.S. release date. I'm assuming that would be somewhat close to the September 15th release, so I'd probably say, if it's not actually the same day, it'll probably be October, November. Moving on. Destiny is indeed a moneymaker. It has been statistics have been released that out of the 30+ million active players, the players average 100 hours total gameplay. So each player on average, has played 100 hours of Destiny. So that's it.
Imagine the ad revenues if they put ads in there too.
Oh God, don't say things like that. Disney will no longer be releasing Disney Infinity games or figures anymore.
Shit.
Mazel tov.
Yep. Fallout 4's expansion Far Harbor will be released on May 19th.
Oh God, I told myself again. Thought it was 18th.
And the biggest thing, either really awesome or really terrible, depending on how you look at it, EA has confirmed that the sequel to Star Wars Battlefront will be part of its lineup next year. Another Star Wars game developed by Visceral and Motive will release most likely the following year, putting a tentative 2008 release window on an unnamed game. The next Battlefront game will have bigger and better worlds according to EA. The bigger worlds are credited to having the new movies to work off of rather than the historical movies in the current Star Wars Battlefront game. So in other words, it appears that this is going to be a yearly thing.
And we all know that's always wonderful for the business.
Yeah, it's wonderful until it's not anymore. So there's that. So, moving out of the news and moving on to upcoming game releases. Shadow of the Beast for the PlayStation 4. The legend of Arbron is told once more as you embark on a ferocious... Is that ferocious? Yeah, ferocious action-adventure seeking to dethrone the evil lord Malatoth, as like the cocktail, in the visually stunning world of Shadow of the Beast. And that's all it really goes on to that. Next. Some people are excited about this. I don't know how I feel. Homefront: The Revolution for PS4, Xbox One, PC. The Revolution throws players into a near-future dystopia. Catastrophic events have brought the United States to its knees and enabled the Korean People's Army forces to impose a brutal military occupation. Trapped in this...
Welcome our sexy ruler.
Yeah. Trapped in this American nightmare, Philadelphia has become a police state where surveillance drones and armored patrols keep her once proud citizens at heel, crushing any dissent with totalitarian force. Next, what Steven was talking about, Soft Body. For PS4, it's not what you think it is. It's not. PS4 and PC. Soft Body is an action puzzle game that infuses the twin-stick shooter with a surreal sense of control and style. Inspired by the simplicity and joy of twin-stick shooters and other arcade games, players take control of two beautiful, gooey snakes. Gooey. At the same time, one with each analog stick. Together, you use the snakes to paint the world, which continually changes around you while dodging bullets and popping enemies. Both soothing and tense, Soft Body combines the challenge and twitchy fun of quick restart action games with a smooth, meditative aesthetic. If you read this in the right way, it could sound like the back of a porn VHS tape and the plot synopsis. Both soothing.
I was actually thinking it sounded like a Bed Bath & Beyond, or not Bed Bath & Beyond, Bath & Body Works, kind of like reading off the lotions.
Both soothing.
It's soothing and tense.
Soft Body combines the challenge of twitchy fun. Okay, moving on before I creep myself out. Let's see. Valkyria Chronicles Remastered. Set against the backdrop of World War, Welkin, Alicia, and other fierce members of Squad 7 fight for the liberation of Gallia against the crushing power of the Empire and its Valkyria, as depicted in the Squad 7 armor case. All launch copies of Valkyria Chronicles Remastered will come packaged in this limited edition metal case, making this a true collector's edition. Next, for the PS4 PC, Shadwen. Shadwen is a stealth action game where the only rule is to remain unseen. Yeah, that's usually what stealth means. Stay hidden, or the ruthless guards will kill you on sight, and that's all it says. And finally, before we go to the main topic, Mimic Arena for Xbox One and PC. Fight alongside your past selves in this techno bullet hell arena. You must master the arts of jump, shoot, and repeat if you wish to stand a chance. Jump off walls to avoid the onslaught of bullets heading your way. Shoot an assortment of weapons that blanket the battlefield in brightly colored destruction. And that's it. And that's all there is. So, now, last week, we talked about Sony a lot. Not really a lot. That's all we talked about as far as what we think is going to happen with their E3 press conference and any announcements. And the results have been, or not have been, but were interesting, to say the least, because there's a lot more predictions than I thought there was going to be. Now, having said that, this Xbox prediction list has been the bane of my existence this past week. Because I don't have near as many, or if I do, it took a lot longer to come up with these predictions. So, but I've been talking enough, so we're going to start with one of you guys, and I think one of them should be Matt.
Sounds like you've been slacking.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Uh-huh.
Them's fighting words.
Yeah.
Them's is fighting words.
Yeah, I'll be sure to come over there with your bum leg.
Hey. So, one that I'm going to start off one that I'm kind of iffy on. I can see going either way.
Mm-hmm.
Remember me saying last week, virtual reality is going to be a big push.
Yes.
And we saw in the 2015, what was it called? The HoloLens?
Yep.
Isn't that correct?
Yep.
And that was awesome and never heard anything else. So, I'm kind of worried that they're going to not show anything about this. This is why I'm kind of on and off the fence on this one. Okay. I really hope they show more on it. I hope we get some conclusive dates on it. So I would offer this to the public, but I'm worried that they're going to just push the VR headset.
What VR headset? They don't have VR.
What is it? No, didn't they buy? Oh God, what is it called?
There's Oculus that's owned by Facebook essentially. And right. Then there's the HTC Vive that's come out already, but that's not owned by Microsoft.
No, that's Windows or something. I don't know. Maybe
that's HTC. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was Oculus. I thought they bought Oculus.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, then I'm completely out of the loop. So yeah, more HoloLens news.
Okay. That's pretty much what I had too.
Yeah.
So going,
me too.
So going, this is going to be interesting. So we have to add something on top of it. So you can go first, Steven, or I can.
Okay, so they're going to be pimping out the HoloLens, of course.
Okay.
And I believe they're probably going to show that's basically the same Minecraft demo they did last year, but supercharged and maybe actually perhaps even like some sort of a what the hell am I thinking here? Maybe even a tie-in with like a Diffuser Quantum Break game. Like a VR Quantum Break.
Okay.
Where you can get in there and just kind of interact with frozen time. Who knows, really?
Okay. I'll take that and I'll up the ante where you'll be able to watch or listen to music through the HoloLens. If you're playing that Minecraft demo, you could have something going off in the corner, like a television program or whatever like that, while you're playing it.
That'd be cool. You have this
nice.
Persistent screen in your corner of your vision.
Yep.
To add on top of that, or actually not add, but to question, because you guys probably follow this a lot more than I do. Mm-hmm. But one thing I've been thinking a lot about is I see these people playing with VR headsets, and they're walking around, or they're turning around and stuff. Mm-hmm. Has there been any news on anybody incorporating a live screen of what's on the other side of the headset?
They pretty much do that every time.
Yeah, they do that. Now, however, and this goes for either one, whether it's like Sony VR. If I have my headset on, the question comes into play. I know we can see it when we see the press conference, but will my wife be able to watch what I'm doing on the television set while I have on the headset? You know what I mean? So
right.
That's a broadcast both.
Yeah. So I don't know the answer to that, and so that's just, if anybody else knows, by all means, let us know. Okay. Well, on top of that, no, I'm just kidding. I get Steven, you want to go next?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Killer Instinct season, whatever it is.
4. Okay.
4 now. Yeah. Okay.
God damn it.
So they were down 3. Then 4.
All right. Okay. Well, I had that, but since we are talking about Rare and they make Killer Instinct those seasons or whatever, I added on. I said besides previewing Killer Instinct season 4, they'll also announce Banjo-Kazooie's return.
Or a new Conquer game, right?
Yeah, that too. They're good.
I'm not sure if you guys are trolling or not, because
we just made Matt's pats a little tight.
No, vice versa, actually. Because of nuts and bolts, I am actually upset with Banjo-Kazooie.
Well, yeah, but think about if they went back to what it was.
Yeah, well, what if they did that with nuts and bolts, but they didn't?
Yeah, they tried something new and it didn't work out.
It bombed.
Lesson learned. Okay. So there's that. I'll go next now. Hold on, let me delete this so I don't get confused. Okay. A new Minecraft game will be announced.
Ah, shit.
And I don't know if it's going to be called Minecraft 2 or whatever. It probably will be, but a new actual Minecraft game will be announced because, Microsoft bought Minecraft for, an absurd amount of money. They have to be making this money back somehow. And sequelizing Minecraft, that's been out forever, by the way, seems like a necessary step, and it's probably something that they kind of just they need to do, with about time type of thing. So who else had it?
Asshole. I did. And I do have one thing to add on top of that I'm just kind of hoping on.
Okay.
As a big fan of Little Big Planet, I wouldn't be surprised to see some incorporation of something like that where you could create your own games. Those not familiar with Little Big Planet, you could actually create a first-person shooter or, a top-down like arcade game. But I wouldn't be surprised to see something like that with Minecraft, a more customizable type of feel.
It's like bringing mods to the Xbox, like they kind of have on PC.
Well, I guess kind of like mods, but sharing is, just kind of like with the Big Planet, you can share it amongst other people. It's not really a mod because it's the way the game's designed.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, okay. I see what you're saying. Cool. Mods are kind of really hard they're kind of like cracking the game. You gotta do all kinds of shit to get into it.
Mods are adding on after fact. So.
It sounds like we're going through our list pretty freaking fast.
Well, I have a couple others other than that, but that was one of my backups because I had a feeling that either they're gonna do some more virtual reality with that nonsense, or they're gonna.
Okay.
Sorry, I was not impressed with HoloLens.
I mean, it's a cool idea in theory, but you have to show me more than just Minecraft on it.
Right.
You know what I mean? How's it going to work with Halo or whatever? If it worked with like Halo, where you can create your own map by creating it actually with your hands, quote unquote, that'd be pretty cool. But something like that. But they haven't shown anything like that, so I don't know. I'm just kind of like, okay, that's cool, I guess. All right, Mac, your turn.
I don't want to say something else obvious. I'm gonna go off the rails.
Okay.
Yay. I'm gonna go into dark territory because okay. These are things I'm not so sure about. Wolfenstein?
Okay. You think
what is Bethesda gonna be out there with? They're coming back. They're not just gonna be like Doom.
Well, yeah, but we're talking about Microsoft though, not Bethesda's press conference.
You're right, but I like it. But when can I talk about these things?
When we get to Bethesda, the other press conferences. God dang it, Matt!
Oh my God! I'm sorry. I thought the itinerary was systems.
No, the itinerary is once again, Matt, Sony, which we've done, Microsoft. We were going to go into the other press conferences like EA, Bethesda, Ubisoft, and then the next week would just be whatever, other random things that could happen. And then I think maybe the final week will actually go into Nintendo, but not as an E3 type of thing, just like talking about what they need to be doing, what they could do when they actually do unveil the NX for the first time, things like that. So you're right. Right now it's console until next week.
Okay, then I will go back to an easy one, throwaway. That I'm sorry for you guys because I'm sure you probably have something on it, but I think not only are we going to see some Gears of War 4, which is kind of given,
right?
But I have a feeling they're going to announce a playable demo relatively quick after the fact,
like a demo, like a campaign demo,
or not a campaign beta for multiplayer.
But you're already doing that though.
Are they? What? Am I so far gone?
Yeah. You had to pre-order. It's not open. You had to do something to be a part of it. I didn't get invited to do it. I don't think.
I'm sorry. I've been here with a busted leg. I just can't get out anymore.
Oh my God. There's that victim mentality again, Matt.
But yeah, that's all I was going to go with was Gears of War and something with a relatively quick interaction for people, and maybe a level. Who knows?
Okay. Steven?
This may be a bit out there considering all the talk of the PlayStation 4.5, but the Xbox may see maybe a redesign.
Fuck. Okay.
Or is that kind of obvious? No.
I wanted to say that was obvious myself.
I wasn't going to say it's obvious because there hasn't been a whole lot about it, but I actually had the same thing. I put new slimmer console will be unveiled on stage.
Okay, yeah.
Because quite frankly, Xbox One is a freaking brick. Larger than a brick. It's a tank of a system.
I like how sleek the PlayStation is and very oblong.
Yeah, so I have a feeling they have something. I don't know. I'm not going to say it's like going to be the 4.5. I just think it's going to be a redesign in general, to make it smaller. Because like I could knock out a horse with that thing, like straight up. It's so heavy.
You want to put that to the test?
No, I'm not going to
I have
use
access
a horse.
to a lot of horses.
Do you now?
Yeah, we have lots
Yes,
of horses
I do.
over here.
Okay.
It did not knock it out.
It turns
How
on.
many hits does it take to get to the center?
Okay, I'll go now. All right, Matt. This is for you and I. Crackdown 2 or Crackdown 3 will get a release date, but the release date will be in the first quarter of 2017, probably February.
You guys are taking all my crap. I don't have anything to add on that one either. What's the penalty? Okay. How about this? I will add one thing to that.
Okay.
It's going to be in a new environment, a new place,
city,
a new city.
Okay.
Because God damn it, don't fuck with us again. I'm sorry. You released Crackdown 1.5. You did not release Crackdown 2. Brian knows. For those that don't, I am a huge Crackdown fan. I still love Crackdown 2, but I don't think it deserved that name.
Okay. Fair enough. So yeah, that's what I think. Now, the realist, or not the realist, but the person that I am wants it to come out this holiday season. But with Gears of War coming out, I don't think that's going to happen. So,
No.
womp womp. All right. Who's next, Steven?
That would be me, I think, again.
Okay.
I had to add on.
Yeah, that's right. Go ahead.
Well, all right. So I have a crazy prediction, but I'm going to have to give a little bit of backstory on this. Brian, you're going to have to help me.
Okay.
You were there for a certain convention that gave away where Sony was talking to you. And Sony said, guess what, everybody? You're all getting systems to take home.
When was this?
Oh, you weren't there for that one?
No.
Oh, sorry. I can't remember who was and who wasn't.
Well, I know that what you're talking about, that convention, when the PS4 and Xbox One were coming out, they all got one.
Right.
Okay.
Well, what did you hear? Did you hear what happened after Microsoft found out about that?
No.
Like there were Microsoft people inside that place, and they freaked.
Meh. Okay.
So what Microsoft did was they ended up calling all these people and saying we got to do the same thing. We can't let this go.
Right.
It's a big chance.
Uh-huh.
So then when Microsoft came out after the fact, or after theirs, they said, you're all getting one too. It's like, Oprah.
Nice. And you get an Xbox, and you get an Xbox.
You get an Xbox. So I am predicting that Microsoft is, in my opinion, has not been very good at E3 shows.
Okay.
It's been very disappointing. They've been very humiliating. Not humiliating, embarrassing to watch.
Some of them, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We're going to link this to your TV over and over again.
Right.
So I have a prediction that Sony's going to release something, or they're going to show something that Microsoft's going to be like, oh crap, we have to do something or make up something and have no backing behind it, but to guarantee that we're going to be able to do the same thing. Nice. And they're going to make an ass out of themselves again.
So basically the overall prediction is that the Microsoft press conference is going to suck.
Yeah, but okay. I mean, I think that's part of the given, so I didn't want to say it that way.
Okay, fair enough. We'll see. We will definitely see. Steven.
Word.
Next.
To kind of follow up on that, do you remember that there was just like this edited video that came out shortly after that, the announcement of the Xbox One? And just every single time they said, like TV, sports, entertainment, like TV, sports, entertainment, TV, Attack Dogs, TV.
Yeah.
That was amusing to me.
Okay.
Yeah. So now, what's gonna happen? They're gonna flaunt the hell out of their exclusive Battlefield 1 content. How much better their version is gonna be.
Okay.
They're getting like maybe like a 3-day lead on it, but there'll be more to it than that.
Okay. All right, I guess I'll go next. Now we're getting into the one. Well, this one's not so much. The two after this one is going to be kind of out there, but could happen. The last thing we see at the Microsoft press conference, E3 2016, is a teaser trailer for Halo 6. Okay.
You went on
Oh,
Mr.
I'm sorry.
Roboto on there.
Yeah, you might want to. Well, I guess on your end you're fine, but couldn't hear you.
Okay, so the last thing that we will see at the press conference for Microsoft is a teaser trailer for Halo 6.
I'm going to call obvious.
Yeah, and I was kind of go on that, but I was also, I don't know. I paired that with Halo Wars 2.
Okay. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I see them doing both. I see them doing a Halo Wars 2, and then, like, in the beginning of their final push, their final, video, and then ending it with a Halo 6 trailer.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Go ahead, Matt.
Are we doing the epic ones now?
Well, that's where I'm going with it, but if you have something else, then by all means, use it.
Microsoft gained the rights to Half-Life 3.
Ooh.
Yes.
Wow, that is out there.
No. Actually, one thing I'm both excited and dismayed over, Forza.
Okay.
I know they're going to be showing more about this, and the reason why I'm dismayed is because it's becoming a sports game. It's becoming a shooter game, and by that I mean it's coming out every year.
Well, that depends how you look at it.
Well, the reason why I'm not seeing much crazy improvement, like from Forza 2 to Forza 3 was monumental.
Right. But what I mean, though, number one, it was monumental because didn't it go from like an Xbox to Xbox 360?
Correct, yes.
Okay. But like with Forza, the every year thing is it's Forza and then Forza Horizon, Forza Horizon 2, so on and so forth. That's the every year thing.
2 separate teams. Yeah.
Right. It's 2 separate games completely.
So they're doing the Call of Duty model.
Kinda. Yeah, but but like with Call of Duty, they're all shooters, right? Like, and both of them are racing, but Forza is the simulation racing. The Horizon is like the Need for Speed, Burnout type of racing. And when I say Burnout, I use that very loosely. There's not like, you can still crash and things like that, but not like Burnout crash.
Yeah, shooting for realism.
Not like fun.
Right.
But yeah, that was one I've been kind of teetering on. I do have one monumental one for myself though. I'll save that for last.
Okay, Steven.
Okay, so you mentioned Half-Life. Now this just came to me. What if Left 4 Dead 3?
I think that could happen. Absolutely.
They've been like bouncing that, like I've heard rumors bouncing around about that for like ever.
Well, we do know this week the people behind Evolve are working on something new.
Turtle Rock.
Yeah, and those people worked on Left 4 Dead. So
yeah,
it could. I'm not saying it is that, but there's always something going around about Left 4 Dead 3, and there's way too much of it for it not to be a thing that's happening at some point, in my opinion. But
and that would be just dandy.
It would be. I love Left 4 Dead. God, I love that game.
I played Left 4 Dead every night for a year straight.
Yeah, it was freaking awesome.
It was incredible.
Okay.
Also, I didn't have a whole lot to do.
Here we go. Microsoft will start looking into the role-playing game arena again. And with that, we will get Lost Odyssey 2.
That may be a bit out there because I don't think it did that well.
Mm-hmm.
I likewise.
Okay.
I still have the faceplate somewhere boxed up.
Mm-mm.
For the 360, the Lost Odyssey faceplate.
Yeah. So
it'd be interesting.
I do think that they'll try to. And so, I don't know if it'll be this year, but they will. I think they will go back into the role playing aspect, whether it's Japanese or whether it's Western role playing. I think it's an untapped resource for them, and regardless of the number of copies Lost Odyssey actually did, it still met expectations. So, yes, are they pushing for a sequel? Probably not. But then again, I go back to the old thing. Neither was EA with Mirror's Edge. So, could happen. Maybe not. Or it could just be something else new entirely. As long as it's not Blue Dragon 2, because good God.
What you got to say about Blue Dragon?
Blue Dragon was horrendous. It was bad, Matt.
It wasn't that great.
Yeah, oh, God. At least I figured out that I could change the audio back to Japanese. That saved it a little bit. But after that. But, yeah, that's one of my out there ones, and then I have one more. So,
all right, then I'll pull out my big gun, I guess, right now.
Oh, my God.
Battletoads.
Oh, my God.
That'd be so great.
Freaking
I do have one that's going to be, I think, kind of out there, but I don't think it's too far-fetched.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you guys are more in the know than I am, so please shut down my dreams.
Oh, I will.
I think that they're going to say at the end of E3 that you can go ahead and purchase Cuphead.
Oh, that's a good one,
And play.
actually. That's a really good one, because Cuphead looks like the bomb.
Yes, it does.
The bomb diggity, as I said earlier to my daughter.
Not just the bomb, but the bomb diggity.
Bomb
And his daughter
diggity.
looked at him like he needed to go get psychiatric help.
Well, she always looks at me like that, but that's beside the point. I'd say that, yeah, Cuphead's been, like, lingering for a long time. It's about time for it to release, or at least have a release date for it.
It has a 2016 release date, but that's it.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Done.
Yeah, maybe that's their thing. I mean, it's no Man's Sky prediction, like, coming out or being able to download the next day or whatever. But I think
Right.
they need something like kind of like that. Be like, hey, surprise! And Cuphead.
Well, that's kind of what
feasible.
inspired me.
Yeah.
That's what kind of inspired me was that idea about No Man's Sky. But Cuphead is just one of those things that I think it's so appealing. People are just going to grab onto it. As
Okay.
soon as they say that, it doesn't matter. They'll just go into the rush. They'll be
Yeah.
like, it's out there right now. Gonna
But-
get it now.
But
Yeah.
you know what, though, Matt? And the thing about, and I'm going off the subject for a second. Well, not the subject, but with Cuphead, it just seems like one of those games that a lot of gamers aren't going to understand what it is. And when I say a lot of gamers, I don't mean gamers our age.
Steven, hold on 1 second. I'm sorry to pause you here, but Steven, did you hear any of that?
No, we went Mr. Roboto.
Yeah, you went completely silent on my end.
Yeah,
Damn,
and
really?
we were gone.
Yeah.
Is that better?
So you're about to lay into me something, and then it shut off. Like it was
No,
trying to.
I wasn't trying to lay
Yeah,
into
the
you.
God did not want you to. Didn't want us to hear that.
No. What was I saying? I think Cuphead, as great as it is, I don't think a lot of gamers are going to understand it. And when I don't mean gamers like our age, right? I mean like gamers, a certain age and below. And that's what I'm afraid of, that game not doing well because of that.
What's the average gamer age?
I have no idea.
I believe it's 30, 31 or 32.
Yeah, but even with that, though, I mean, how many of those 31, 32s know about that kind of pop culture reference?
It doesn't matter with the pop culture reference. To me, it has something to do with that fluidity of that game, the way it looks.
Yeah, but the way it looks is part of that pop culture reference.
You're right, but when you look at that game, it doesn't look like you're watching a game that could possibly be played. It looks like you're watching something that could only be animated for you. So I think taking that aspect of it, it makes it so appealing and desirable to want to play it. To figure out how the controls work and all that kind of stuff, but also the multiplayer aspect of it is going to be, a big driving force for it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think it has anything to do with just growing up watching old 1930s and 50s cartoons.
Well, just understanding what it is, though. I'm not saying you had to go watch old Mickey Mouse cartoons or, old Woody Woodpecker cartoons or something like that, but to understand that that's what's inspiring this game.
Right.
That's all.
Guys, 1 sec. I'll be right back. I gotta take the dog out before she shits on the floor. She's doing the dance.
Okay, we'll talk about you while you're gone.
Okay.
Great.
Man, did you see Steven's
Smoochy.
face? It's getting furry.
I know. God, take a
So
beard trimmer. Jesus.
It's my trademark.
You had to pop in for that.
So, Brian, I want to know, do you have anything crazy and outlandish or stupid. Like, you know it's not going to happen.
What? Do I have anything like that?
Yeah, prediction-wise, yeah. Something that you kind of want to, like, tease around with in your head, but it's not going to happen.
Oh, well, going back to your Half-Life thing, that always is in my head, like having some sort of exclusivity deal, like for a certain amount of time. But the reason for that, though, the reason I, like, take that away is because, like, Steam could create Half-Life 3 and just release it on PC, and then that's it. They don't have to do anything else. They just make money hand over fist, and they don't have to do a damn thing with Microsoft. Or Sony, for that matter. So,
yeah.
I see there being a greater chance for another Portal game or a Left 4 Dead game than I do a Half-Life game on a console. But then again, I've been wrong, and I hope I am. I really do.
See, you're talking about people who wouldn't get behind Cuphead because of not getting the reverence. God, talk about Half-Life 3. You know, how many young kids have any freaking clue what Half-Life 1 or 2 are?
Oh, probably not, no.
You know, it's getting so far gone.
But Half-Life, though, has brought itself such a, you know, fan base and all that over the years that its legacy is kind of, you know, it's its thing. And people will probably, if anything, let's say that they do announce Half-Life 3, and let's say they show it, you know, a trailer of it, and it goes into, like, the past however many years since Half-Life came out. And then on top of that, what if they do, like, a complete remaster of the first one?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't be opposed to, by the way. I won't put that out there.
I think that's a little bit of a cop-out. Because, you know, saying that, I realize I gotta eat my own words. Because look at Fallout 3.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they reinvented that entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
And made it able to be pick up and play without any issue.
Mm-hmm.
I will make a prediction right now that's way far in the future, because I don't know when it will happen, but it will happen one day. But I will predict the exact trailer for Half-Life 3.
Okay.
The very first trailer.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be Gordon Freeman's voice.
What?
Speaking something about how you thought he was gone.
No.
You know, his wonderful voice.
No.
And by that I do mean just words.
Yeah.
I just mean words on the screen.
I know.
But something saying to the effect of, you thought you saw the last of me or something. Maybe not so overbearing. But just something saying, I'm still here. And then quickly flash the Half-Life symbol. And that's it.
I would say...
we won't see anything else for like 8 to 12 months.
Mm-hmm. The ending part about that, you know, doing that kind of teaser thing and then flashing the logo, I would agree with, but I think it would be that elusive man or whatever they call him in the game. I can't even remember now.
What about one of the head crabs?
The head crab's talking?
Just a wrench.
Give me your head. Give me your head. I want your head.
But what if it were just like a giant wrench and that were it? Left it like that.
What if there's a trailer, it looks like it's a Portal game, but at the other end is Gordon Freeman.
You mean that guy who does all that voice work?
Yeah.
Guy in that Shawshank movie?
There you go.
It is funny how one Freeman's very well known for his voice and one is well known for not having one.
Yep. Exactly.
But one
wait a
dream.
minute. Gordon Freeman, Morgan Freeman.
They're the same guy.
Oh my god. Did we just do it? Did we just nail it? Like when Gordon Freeman when he actually talks, it's going to be Morgan Freeman's voice. Mind blown. Yeah. Done. Credits. Fade to black. Or not in that order, but you know what I mean?
Right. One just has a different pop filter on.
we just figured out the conspiracy. Done. It's over. 1 million hits on YouTube.
Bada bang.
Yeah.
Half-Life confirmed.
Yeah, exactly.
Half-Life confirmed, people.
Oh my god.
One thing that I do hope is that they find a way to make that game brand new. To start over from scratch, kind of. Because I worry every year that goes by that it doesn't come out, that we're just further and further pushing away from the fan base. because at this point they're dying.
Right.
But what do I know? Hey, who owns Neverwinter Nights?
I don't know right offhand.
Oh,
Blah.
Microsoft needs to buy that.
Oh, here's a prediction that will never happen. World of Warcraft comes onto consoles.
You know what, though?
Yeah.
I could see something crazy like that happening, but just like Phantasy Star, when you played that online,
Uh-huh.
and you had all those people who were playing on the computer, and they'd just be like, haha, you can't type as fast as we can.
Yeah.
And you just hang your head in shame.
Plus, World of Warcraft is on the way out.
Yeah, they're losing. Unless that's the thing that gets it back. That's the only...
But they have this movie coming out.
That's
okay.
true.
Have you talked to anybody who's really excited about the World of Warcraft movie?
I haven't talked to anybody who's even mentioned it.
There. See, that's what I'm saying.
Wait, there's a movie?
Oh, what?
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 Okay, who is next?
Steven.
Okay.
This is going to be crazy.
Uh-oh. Okay, give it to me.
But I don't know anything about how the Xbox One works inside.
Okay.
But
Sure.
what if they announce that you can, starting whenever, run Windows 10 on it?
Yeah.
Turning it into a computer as well.
I actually think that's very feasible.
It's very feasible, but you have the constant pop-up saying, upgrade now. Upgrade now.
Yeah,
Upgrade
exactly.
now.
It's like, shut up.
Maybe like dual booting between the Xbox One system and Windows.
Mm-hmm.
You can have a media PC out of it.
That was one thing I was toying around in the thoughts of this because of their whole integration thing that they tried to do last time. That maybe they will just flat out say, look, we got such an amazing system, you don't need a computer anymore. Throw that shit out. Here's an Xbox One that can do everything.
They're going full Apple on that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Save us then.
It worked for Apple.
Yeah, well, I have my own opinions about that, but moving on. Is it mine?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, how many
Here
did
we
you
go.
go through when I was gone?
None. We were just coming up with wild theories about Half-Life.
Okay.
Here it is. Here's the big one. There will be another Resident Evil game announced,
Yeah.
but it will be a Microsoft timed exclusive.
Now, is this
Yeah.
going to be a new entry?
Yes.
Well, they've already talked about remodeling 4, 5, and 6, but remastering 4, 5, and 6. Do you
And
think
completely
that's
remaking too?
right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's something that's going to go in collaboration with that, or?
No, I don't think so. 4, 5, and 6 is the only. Okay, let me back up for a second. The only reason that any studio, for the most part, does that, remastering something that came out on a previous generation, is when something new is about to be announced, and
Right.
that seems to be the case a majority of the time, not all the time, a majority of the time. I think it's either going to be one of two things. It's either going to be Resident Evil 7 or a 7th Resident Evil, part of that series or whatever, or it's just going to be Resident Evil.
Or maybe it'll be Hunk Battle Melee.
Maybe it'll be Biohazard. I don't know.
It's already Biohazard.
I know it is, but not here. It's not.
Yeah, maybe they'll kind of like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they'll restart it as Biohazard. Like, how some shows, they'll do a remade version of it, but then they'll be like, fuck that, and they go back and redo the show again under the original premise.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it'll be a new universe they can reboot.
This is how I see it. PlayStation 4 got the rights for Street Fighter V forever. As far as we know, anyway. So, I wouldn't be surprised even if it's not Resident Evil, Microsoft doing that with a major franchise and getting some sort of exclusivity with it as some sort of retaliation.
Yeah. Well, they need something. They're losing the battle.
I mean, they had Tomb Raider, but Tomb Raider's coming out for PS4 this year. So that was time. So I don't think Capcom's dumb enough now, because apparently Street Fighter V didn't sell near what it should have. So if they do that again, whether it's with Microsoft or with Sony, it's going to have to be a time thing, and not just straight. This is it. So I do wholeheartedly believe that there will be a new Resident Evil announced, but it's something that I wouldn't be surprised if Microsoft kind of picks up on. Because no matter how you feel about Resident Evil 6 or even 5 for that matter,
I like 5.
If you didn't like those games because 4 spoils you, there's still a major fan base out there for it. So
right.
Yeah. So we got this guy over here.
Yeah.
All about it. So that's my kind of wild card. That's like my No Man's Sky prediction. Like, there you go.
Well, you know what, Brian? I have one special thing coming in from left field.
Okay.
I did have one extra one that I was saving because I knew you were going to go last because I can count. And I started, so that means you would finish. Mm-hmm. But I have one final one.
Okay.
One final card on my sleeve.
Okay.
Cross-platform playing. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if they did something big with Call of Duty.
You mean with PC?
Nope.
How are they going to cross-platform? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about cross-platform PlayStation.
No.
Not yet. No. It's my crazy.
I know it is, but I'm telling you right now, there's no way Sony's going to agree to that. No way.
They were talking about it though recently, weren't they?
They were.
They were talking about it, as in Sony talking about why would that benefit us?
Offering a little olive branch there.
No. If that's going to be one of those things, whether it's this year or whether it's next. If Sony says, yeah, we'll be cross-platforming with Microsoft, I think the world will end. Because
I didn't say they would say it. They're not going to say it willingly. They got to make,
Well, when you make that announcement, it's going to be.
I say Microsoft's going to say it, and PlayStation's going to be sitting over there in the corner, kind of going, "I made a bad decision."
Maybe, but I don't see that happening because there's no reason for Sony to do that right now. None.
You're right. There is none, but I see it happening because I feel like Microsoft is just evil enough. They've sold themselves to the devil enough that they have the team, the power, and the charisma to somehow sucker over Sony and say, let's do it for one game.
I think that it's a nice idea, but here's the thing. Okay. I don't understand Microsoft's. It's cool that they can do it, especially with PC, because a lot of Microsoft games go to PC automatically anyway. But to go with someone like Nintendo or Sony, the whole basis of buying a console for a lot of people is what their friends are also playing. So if they allow other people from other consoles to, play with, then they're losing their shares. They're losing their market.
Here's what I was saying, though. I'm not saying it's going to be cross-platform playing amongst all games. I think they would do it as a trial for one game.
And you think it's going to be Call of Duty?
Call of Duty would be interesting because it would be, what Call of Duty kind of needs right now because Battlefield is definitely destroying them in the hype. But maybe not necessarily Call of Duty, but some other game that's licensed to both systems. Because look at what's going on with the Fallout, with the mods.
Okay.
That's all going from PC, regardless of what a PC. And that's going to be shared across all systems.
Yeah, but you can't play with other people on those mods.
No, you're right. You can't. But it's still sharing from all platforms. And I think that was a big selling point for Fallout, and they know that. And I think they would do this for one type of game, see how it goes, and see if that, helped anybody out at all. But also it would help raise the sales of one game, whatever game it is. They'll do it for one single game that will just, basically as a chance to make that game gold. Maybe Destiny. Maybe a Destiny 3.
So you're saying this is going to happen not this year though, but sometime after.
No, I think it's going to be an announcement.
Oh,
I think it will be an announcement.
Like in a month, it will be an announcement.
Yeah, I think it'll be an announcement. We're going to allow cross-playability on all platforms for X game.
Okay.
And I'm not drunk. I'm sober.
All right, Steven, you have a humdinger for us?
No, my humdinger actually was the Windows thing.
Okay.
I'm officially out. I'm just like scraping the bottom of the barrel right now.
No, I am too, to be honest. And I'm sure we'll see other things like Scalebound and all that good sort, and that game, which actually looks kind of cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, since we'll do one last thing here, all of us, we own PlayStations. Let's just get that out of the way right now. But my question to you guys would be, why the PlayStation and not the Xbox?
I'll go first, I guess.
Yep, go ahead.
I got my PlayStation because most of the people I know have PlayStation. Incidentally, it turns out I've played with maybe one of them since I got it in November, but that's not the point.
Okay.
Also, Final Fantasy VII. And there were other couple of exclusives that I was looking forward to. But yeah, that's basically that's the gist of it.
Okay, so
I would not be opposed to getting an Xbox One at this point.
Okay, but what would it take for you to buy an Xbox One?
I don't know. It's just having a lot of money to spend.
Well, let's assume that you had all the money in the world.
Okay, so what would drive me to get one? Would have to be a really, really, really great game that I could not get anywhere else.
Okay, so as of right now, in your opinion, Gears of War, Crackdown, Fable, these aren't games that interest you in the slightest.
No, those aren't system sellers for me.
Okay, Matt.
Because you threatened to beat me with a sock full of oranges.
I did
you
not.
Remember that?
I did not. You're a dirty
liar.
You
did too.
You're a dirty
oranges
liar.
Don't bruise. Oranges don't bruise. Nobody will believe you.
I just want everybody to know right now listening to this, I never mentioned anything about oranges to Matt in my life.
Sure, buddy.
Which he also threatened to beat me with once. But, so this is, going down the path of bad life decisions I've made. Or stupid, not bad, stupid. I feel good about my decisions now.
Okay.
But I got a PlayStation, and Brian might know this. I'm actually a pretty big Xbox supporter. I was a huge fan of the Xbox and the 360 as well.
Yes, I was.
I've never owned a PlayStation.
Okay.
I've always had friends that owned them, so why would I buy one? I bought a PS4 for 2 games.
Okay.
I'm not sure which is worse, so I don't know which to start with. Originally I bought it for one game in particular, and that's N++.
Okay.
Really?
Because it wasn't coming out at the time for Xbox. I'm not sure if it ever did. But I remember at the time they were saying it was going to be a PlayStation exclusive. And I was in the top 100 in the world on N+, for a long time. I've now dropped to like top 400 or something. But, out of 250,000 players, that tells you how dedicated I was.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time because you love to drop that little nugget of information every chance you get.
Anytime I can. Hey, it's my one claim to fame.
Okay.
Anyway, so N++, and the other one was The Crew.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Are you being serious right now?
I made bad decisions. Yes, I made bad decisions.
Okay.
I bought it for The Crew. And, but the big selling point was a lot of my friends that I played on Xbox with said, no, we're going to PlayStation. So that was another huge selling point. Ultimately, my decision was made because of N++, but, the big sway started with my friends.
Okay.
And what's going to make me buy a Xbox is two things.
Crackdown.
They go ahead and release this 1.5 system, or 2.0, because that's a thing now that we've been doing since PlayStation 2. And when they release that, I will get it, and I will wait until they come with a Crackdown 3 bundle.
You think they're going to bundle it?
No, I don't think they will.
Oh, okay.
But I will wait for it. But no, that will be the game that brings me over to the system. And Steven, I think you'll be missing out greatly if you do not join us on Liberty City and destroying some shit. And it's going to be a new city. It better be a new city.
What if it's not?
I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. I'm still gonna buy it.
But you know what though, Matt? You know that it's not actually called Crackdown 3 though. It's just called Crackdown.
Crackdown, right? I did see that in the trailer. Yes.
Okay. Maybe. I mean, it could technically be a third one, but we don't know enough at this point. I just want to go on record saying that in my mind, when I imagine a group of people that I know, and then Matt's in the middle of it, and the question's actually posed. What system are you getting and why? I can just see people like PS4, Destiny, PS4, Grand Theft Auto, Xbox, Gears of War, and here's Matt, PS4 and plus.
Actually, I could see my own personal self going, the PlayStation has a blue light.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I do like the blue light, I'm not gonna lie.
It's so much more soothing in my room.
Blue, like the TARDIS.
No risk of red ring there.
Yeah, really. I don't get into that.
That red ring illuminated my entire room and made me think I was in a horror movie.
All right. Are we done?
I think we're good.
All right, everybody. This has been episode 18, we think, or Matt knows, of the MPG podcast. Next week, we will be covering I'm not going to say smaller press junkets or venues or whatever. But ones that are important, that's being Bethesda, Ubisoft, EA, Does Activision even have one? I don't think they do. Let's just say Ubisoft, EA, and Bethesda.
Okay.
Got that, Matt? Got it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Until then, thank you for listening. Please like us on the YouTube channel. Please subscribe to the Nerd Theory channel. Check us out on newgame.net. And if you are listening to us through iTunes, please give us a good rating. It helps everything. Some goodwill goes a long way. We'll put it that way. And we are steadily growing, as last week's numbers projected. But then again, that could be what happens when you give away free shit. So, having said that, we'll see how we do with this one. We'll be back next week with more predictions for E3 2016. I'm Brian, and outro yourself, guys.
This is Matt saying, do.
All right.
Okay, bye.
As per usual with Steven. See you guys.